Hello, and welcome to the new season of Dr. J and the Crazy Comb-Overs.
Unfortunately, all the members of last year's podcasting team all died in a tragic bus accident, except for Braden and Kimber.
Hallelujah! They're alive!
We have a lot of new faces behind the podcasting crew this year.
We have Kenneth Holdcroft, Anthony Fisher, Jacob Tinbinsel, Creighton Bonshaw, David Johnson, Jake Whipple, Caleb Moyer, and myself, Josh Holtz, as well as two returning members, Kimber Boley and Braden Wasson.
Even though it's the beginning of the new year, the Trojans, not including me of course, have been busy with school activities. I've just been aggressively brushing my teeth.
These activities include, but are not limited to, football games, volleyball games, cross country, FFA district range judging, art club, swing choir, and the FCCLA leadership workshop in North Platte.
In the first football game, the team was victorious 21-7 over the Bear Tigers. It was a great game and the team made some great plays.
Let's check in with football coach Mr. Graves for his season predictions.
I'm here with head coach Josh Graves, and we're going to be talking about the 2013-14 Cambridge football team. Okay. What is your outlook for this year's season?
I'm really excited about the group that we have. I think we're going to win a lot of games, but more importantly, I'm just excited about how hard they work and the kind of attitude they have. And I know if they keep working hard and stay with positive and encouraging one another and that type of stuff, then we're going to win a lot of football games. That stuff will take care of itself.
What are some of your strengths this season with losing some of your big guys?
Yeah, I really think that we have a great group of seniors, and so that's huge. Every year we talk about senior leadership, and so getting those guys to buy in and be the leaders that they need to be is a big part of it, so that's a definite strength. Also, we have a lot of athletic kids. We're not the biggest team in the state, but even our offensive line is very athletic, and our defensive backs and running backs, just lots of good athletes there. So I think athlete-wise, we match up with everybody we play.
And finally, what is the tradition behind being a Trojan football player?
Well, that's tough to answer in one little short interview, but it goes way beyond from my time here. But Trojan tradition is just a standard of excellence that you hold yourself to when you put on that uniform, and just being a physical football player and giving it all you have, and so much more we could dive into, but I guess that's a good starting point.
Also, the Lady Trojans started their volleyball season this week. They lost both their games, but put forth a great effort. Good job, girls.
Let's check in with Coach Helms for volleyball expectations this year.
I'm here with Coach Faye Weston, or Coach Helms. So what are your thoughts about the Bertrand triangle?
Our first set was really close. I felt like it could have went either way against Bertrand. Kind of have a feeling had it went our way, the night would have went a little bit differently. But unfortunately, after that first set, we kind of lost our drive a little bit, lost our push a little bit. But if we could keep that first set up and play like that, that part was pretty good.
Okay, do you think most of the girls, especially the freshmen, look up to the seniors?
Definitely. We've got a group of seniors and a couple senior student managing around that really are good role models, I think, for the rest of the girls. Our seniors work hard in practice and play hard, and I think hopefully that increases the amount of work that everybody else puts in.
Okay, and is it one of your goals to make it to state this year?
Definitely. I think that's always a goal of the teams. I feel like we really have the skills in order to do that this year. As long as mentally we are able to become a little tougher throughout the season, I think that's a definite goal of ours.
Okay, well, thank you.
There's been a lot of changes here at Cambridge High School. There's new staff, new classes, and many new teachers. There is also a new principal this year.
We will be having a teacher spotlight every podcast until we have shown them all. First, we will be starting with the new principal, Mr. Albers.
All right, well, hi, I am Jacob Tinbinsel here with Mr. Albers, our new principal. I'm here to ask him a few questions. First question, where did you used to teach?
Well, last year I spent 1 year at Dundy County Stratton Schools in Macomb, Nebraska, where I taught 5th grade. Prior to that, I spent 7 years at Hitchcock County Schools in Trenton, Nebraska, There I was the head football and head girls basketball coach, along with teaching 6th grade.
Do you have any experience as being a principal at all, or
No, this is my first principal job. In the past, I've tried to prepare myself. I've been actively involved with my previous schools and being involved in the decision-making process. But as far as the day-to-day organization of the school, this is my first time.
All right. What are your goals for us to accomplish this year?
Well, this year we're basically starting with a new person. I feel like it's best to start from square one. One of the things I admire about this school is the tradition and success it has in all areas, and we want to continue that. But if you look at the situation, there are flaws that need addressed. So we're working as a staff to try to address some of those things. One of the things that we want to strive to be better at is in our testing information, our testing data. We're starting to see kind of a falling off of our testing data, and we're trying to work together to try to find ways to correct that and stop that before it becomes a big issue. It's not a huge problem, but it's not maybe at the standard that we want for our school. So we're just working together as a group to try to come up with ideas to fix that and be proactive instead of reactive if things ever got really, really bad. So.
All right. And then what is the Trojan Way?
The Trojan Way is kind of a concept. A lot of really successful businesses, a lot of successful sports teams, they have a belief system. They have an idea of what it means to be part of that organization. A lot of people, for instance, identify with the Husker Way or the Patriot Way, that they want athletes in their programs to act and strive to be a certain way. And that's really what we're trying to do with our Trojan Way, is we want our students to be trustworthy people. We want them to be respectful. We want them to be organized. We want them to be just, which means to treat people fairly. We want them to strive to be high achievers. And we also don't want them to be a negative person. We want them to be someone who has a positive outlook on things. And those are things that, if we're not seeing those things, those are easy things for all of our staff to come up to teachers and say, hey, or come up to students and say, hey, this is not what we expect of a Trojan student. We want them to be, we want you to be the best possible student we can be. And hopefully those sort of concepts we can filter down and continue to preach on to our students and also to our staff. I mean, we believe that's what we want from our staff members as well. So anybody involved in our organization or our school, that's what we're striving for each of them.
All right. Well, back to you, boys.
He seems like a great guy to lead our school forward.
Oh! This just in! Brandon Andrews has broken the 8-month streak and talked to Sam Pearson for the first time. We have video evidence of this monumental scene.
Slow it down.
He did it! After all that time, who would have thought that's how it would end?
That's all we have for this week. We hope to see you join us next week.